Horizon Chess Home Switch reaction. This is Anduril. What is it? A Lord of the Rings name? Anduril's new mini cruise missile is like a Hellfire on steroids. Okay, so Anduril is industries, I guess, who makes these things. Anduril Industries' new Barracuda line of UAV and cruise missiles have garnered a great deal of attention in recent months. Okay, so it's like a newer type of missile. I'm guessing that's rare, just like jet planes are, because Hellfire is like pretty old, but it's like the go-to one right now. As far as I know about Hellfire missiles, I don't know why it's called Hellfire. Hellfire would assume something like artillery, right? Like you drop a lot of them, it just like carpet bombs things. That's what I'm imagining when I think Hellfire. But Hellfire missile is like a properly accurate shoot and forget type of missile. That's why it was so good when it came, right? It has like, I'm pretty sure, millimeter wave radar, right? So once you shoot, you don't need much of guidance. It can like chase after the target by itself, and it's like really good at it. So yeah, Hellfire missiles are like, ease of like much easier to give other like helicopters and things like that. So availability, how you can use it, how easy it is, like all combined together makes Hellfire really good. So I guess this is gonna replace that. It's gonna have same level of like I don't know why I'm having issue with words, like what is it called, like compatibility, right? Compatibility with other like helicopters, planes, like every other thing. I'm guessing it's going to be the case, right? So this is by the channel Sandboxx, obviously really good channel. I usually try to watch this because like a lot of big channels basically talk about how he's like go-to guy for like information like this. So yeah, let's watch this one.
California-based Anduril Industries has been scooping up defense contracts left and right in recent years. And now, this firm that's primarily known for their advanced and highly autonomous drone systems is looking to apply that expertise to precision-guided ordnance. Namely, in a new line of air-breathing cruise missiles they call the Barracuda M line. Now, the Barracuda M line consists of 3 different weapons. The M100,
What's with the Barracuda? Like, what is with the naming convention? Hellfire, if replacement of it is going to call Barracuda, why?
M250 and the M500. And I've spoken at length about the M500 before, which is meant to serve as a low-cost alternative or supplement to America's very big and very pricey JASSM line of air-launched cruise missiles. But the much smaller M100 may actually pack a bigger punch, at least in terms of battlefield effect. You see, while the M500 is less capable than the JASSM cruise missiles it would fly alongside, the M100 absolutely outclasses the weapons it could feasibly replace. You see, the Barracuda M100 was designed to be carried by rotorcraft, like the AH-64 Apache gunship or the AH-1 Cobra, in very much the same way these platforms carry Hellfire missiles today. You see, the M1...
That is what I meant with the Hellfire, like you can have better missiles than Hellfire, but Hellfire is so versatile that way. It has compatibility with a lot of different equipments like helicopters and things like that. So M100, even though might not be great as M500, it's going to have like versatility like that, right? Like it is going to be fitted into many things, making it a powerhouse.
100 is very close in size to the long-serving AGM-114 Hellfire. And truth be told, it's even closer in size to the AGM-179 joint air-to-ground missile that's meant to replace the Hellfire. The M100 is about 70 inches long with a 6-inch diameter, and it weighs in at roughly 110 pounds, as compared to the AGM-114, which is 64 inches long with a 7-inch diameter and around 104 to 108 pounds, or the new AGM-179, which is 70 inches long with a 7-inch diameter and an undisclosed total weight. So as you can see, these weapons are pretty comparable in size, and in the promotional material Anduril has released for the M100, they show it in front of an AH-1 Cobra, with what sure looks to be the shoe, or the connector you'll find on today's Hellfire missiles for them to be mounted on rotorcraft, like the Apache. But while the M100 is about the same size as the Hellfire or the JAGM, it packs a much bigger punch. The Hellfire missile carries a roughly 20-pound high-explosive warhead, and the JAGM is expected to carry about the same. And Anduril initially told me their M100 would carry a 35-pound warhead, but that has since been increased to 40 pounds, twice the size of the warhead in the Hellfire. And while the Hellfire's maximum range in the best of conditions is maybe 6.8 miles, and the JAGM may be able to reach all the way out to 10 miles, the M100 can carry that 40-pound warhead to targets 138 miles away.
What? Okay, well, how the fuck is that much of a difference? 10 miles to direct 100 miles? Is that how much technology has jumped since those missiles? I mean, yeah, like past few decades, sure. I'm guessing it's not about range. I think the range problem must have been like computer related, targeting system related, because fuel, you can do fuel, right? But I think it's like targeting system and accuracy. Now they, with the latest tech, latest chipset and everything, right? Like 2 nanometer chips and everything. Yeah, they could create some system that would be like much better calculating and can have that higher range.
Now this is possible because it carries a completely different type of propulsion system than you'll find in weapons like the Hellfire, which is powered by a chemical rocket. The M100, on the other hand, is powered by a very small, air-breathing turbojet engine, the same sorts of propulsion systems you'd find powering a tactical aircraft. In fact, the only place this weapon would fall short of the Hellfire.
Yeah, wait a minute. What about the like speed? There's a reason why rockets have that. They are rockets. Insane speed, right? A jet is like great, efficient, but like, is that going to be the same speed?
Is in maximum speed, as the Hellfire is known to top out at around Mach 1.3, and Anduril says their M100 is limited to high subsonic speeds. Think 0.9 Mach or so. But again, the M100 comes with more than 20 times the range.
That's not that bad, man. 0.9 Mach, 0.9 compared to 1.3. That's not that much of a difference. Like, someone would argue like 0.9 is slow enough that like someone could intercept it, but like if somebody can intercept 0.9, they can intercept 1.3. It's not that. If like 0.9 versus 2, if that was the case, like, yeah, that's slow. But it's like 1.3 versus 0.9. That's not bad in like 100 miles. It's more efficient because of the jet. But there's rockets are rockets, and they're kind of simple, so they can be cheaper. What about this one? They can't be cheap with this kind of complicated jet and everything like that.
Range of a Hellfire for only 2 more pounds of carry weight. Now, depending on which iteration Hellfire we're talking, they have a per unit price of around $150,000 per missile. And the newer JAGM is more like $320,000 per shot. And we don't know how much the M100 would ultimately cost because this weapon hasn't been put into production yet. But there's a solid chance it could even be cheaper. And that's because Anduril designed this weapon from the onset for rapid, simplified production. In fact, they say this entire weapon...
Yeah, but like if you're gonna make like rocket is like very simple. It's just fuel and like very simple tech. Like that can be cheap. You're putting a jet engine there. How are you gonna make that cheap? But that, I don't know, like he said, if like you make way too many of them into productions, we're already talking about like hundreds of thousands per piece. Maybe they can do it. I don't know.
Weapon can be assembled using fewer than 10 hand tools, and those tools are the sorts you'd find laying around any old garage. In other words, it would be very easy to train personnel to assemble these weapons, and Anduril says because of that simplicity, they can double their production capacity anytime the US needs a surge.
Yeah, but it would double the error rate as well. You need some type of precision. Anyone can do it is a great thing, but anyone can make a mistake as well.
Of precision-guided munitions. Now this weapon, like its bigger sisters, the M250 and M500, have already seen pretty significant testing in-house at Anduril. But now they're shopping these weapons to the DoD, and to be honest, I think they've got a solid shot at securing a contract.
Yeah, DoD be shopping now. Like, I need that. Come on, man. I think they're gonna say like, yeah, sure, give us that. 100 miles. I mean, by that point, it's like, this becomes like a stealth, like, F-22, F-35 thing, right? People say like dogfighting is like no longer the case because somebody can just like shoot missile before they can even be on that horizon or something. Now Apache helicopters can do that, right? Apache helicopter, if fitted with good radar, can receive information from like distance F-35 or something else. There's that target, they can just target that 100 miles and it will like chase it. That's like too much of power, isn't it? Yeah. Well, that was Anduril's new mini cruise missile. It's like a Hellfire on steroids. Yeah, because of the range, right? And I'm pretty sure like it will be better for like against like heat-seeking like anti-missile thing as well. Because rocket would be like it's literal like fire. Jet produces heat, but not at that level. There must be some good there as well. Right, this was my channel Sandboxx, really great channel. Link in description, I guess. Original video page link. And yeah, if you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.